Hi, it is your girl Lola Lovely, and welcome to the Love Frequency. This episode is entitled Committing to the Merge. I had a download, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 days ago. My mom was over helping me out to make product, and we were talking about committing and why committing to the thing that you're creating is so important and so special. My puppy's poking me under the table. Can you lay down, puppers? Thank you. Just lay down. Commit to laying down. So, committing to that thing. We were talking about how if we don't, it's like really committing to the merge is about listening to the voice inside of you, and listening to that voice in a way that allows you to commit to merging into the flow of energy, of creative energy. And I was using the example of pulling out into traffic and trying to to cross over one lane to make a left into to the oncoming traffic or the merging traffic, and how the moment that you hesitate, you miss the opening. And if you commit to the moving into that, you get into the flow quicker by just committing to the merge. So I teach this yoga chair dance class, and I always tell the ladies and the gentlemen that come to my class, they're older people. I teach you that at Senior Center. It is yoga, chair yoga, and a little bit of dancing along with it. And I always tell them to commit to what they're doing. Like if I say, go left, and they put their right hand up, and then I see them like, oh man, I put my right. Just commit to it. Commit to the doing this side, because you're just going to do this side the next time around. And if you do this side twice, what difference does it make? You committed to the inspiration within. And that's why I tell them to commit. It's committing to the hit of inspiration that is showing up for you and saying, hey, I need to commit to this inspiration. I need to move in this inspiration. I need to create, because I'm feeling so inspired. I have to commit to the merge. I have to merge in right now. It's like if you listen to those sweet messages of doing things from spirit, from the universe, granting you these little tiny messages from God, whatever it is you call it, saying, hey, go check this person, go buy this thing, go. And sometimes it's not about purchasing the thing, because you'll get to a store and the thing won't even be there, but you'll meet somebody and you'll talk to them, and they will have needed to talk to you. They will have needed a kind word. They would have needed a loving ear. They would have needed something that you had to give, or you would have needed something they had to share with you. And God didn't send you out there to buy the thing. He sent you out there to receive that teaching, to receive that message, to receive that beautiful expression, because you committed to the merge. Now, if you're driving and you're coming up to the street, to the intersection, you stop and you're making a left, and there's 2 lanes of traffic, and and it's 4 lanes. It's 2 lanes on this side and 2 lanes on this side. And there's a person on this side and a person on the outer side, and the outer side person is going faster than the closer to you. And then the inside lane is free for you to merge into, but the outside lane is full on the coming traffic, and they're both coming toward you. If you get to that stop sign and you hesitate on going forward, you must stop at that point, because you didn't follow the breadcrumb that was gifted to you by spirit. Spirit was speaking, and you didn't follow through. Because if you had followed through, you'd have merged in seamlessly. Because here goes the seamlessly. The dogger barks. Onyx, we're recording. As my co-host, he's a great listener, but not a very good conversationalist. So we commit to that integration of self into the flow, to that merging of self into the flow. And I feel like for things that we're creating in our life, that this metaphor is so powerful, because I know for me, I can't commit to the flow sometimes. I can't commit to the merge. I will be told to do something like this podcast. I was told to do it. I was gifted the name. I was told to move forward. And then I block myself, because the fear of me merging into the flow is so big that I'm like, I don't know why I I can't do it. I can't merge in. I'm afraid. I put myself in the way. Me is in the way of me committing to the merge. So it's literally committing to the flow committing to the merge is my own reminder. It's a love note to myself to say, if you get the inspiration, that is a spark of divine guidance from your higher power. Follow it. It is a love note to follow the spark. It's a love note to follow the spark of divine guidance. Commit to the merge. When you pull up to the street and you're like, oh, I can go, don't hesitate. Go. Because the more that we do that is the more that we can do that in our creative life. We can do that in our relationships. We can do that in our inner workings, our inner self, that we can listen to our intuition. Because see, that is the intuition, which is spirit speaking to us for us to commit to the merge. Because once we're in the flow, people might beep at us. I always say when I merge with people and they beep at me, they're just wishing me hello. Now, you can reframe that. That's a 100% reframe. That's me reframing what I want it to be and how I want it to be. That is not the truth as it is portrayed. It is my truth. That people beep at me when I merge in, I beep back. Beep, beep. Which is thank you. Namaste. Could be fuck you sometimes, but I doubt it because I know that I'm in the merge. I've merged in. I'm in the flow. I'm there now. Now you have to let me integrate into the flow. And it's better to be in the flow than fight it against the flow. When you don't commit to the merge, you're fighting against the flow. You're swimming upstream, Abraham Hicks. It's upstream swimming. You're not swimming downstream. You're not swimming with the water. You're not allowing it to take you. You're not allowing it to... No, you're not doing any of that. Commit to the merge. You have to commit to the merge in order for you to get into the flow correctly. It's like literally these... You'll have to listen to the podcast, Summer of Surrender, because we talk about breadcrumbs and what surrender truly is. But committing to the merge is part of the surrender process. It's part of listening to the intuition that is inside of you, that is guiding you to where you need to go and how you need to get there. And it's literally like turn. It's like stop. It's like go. These messages are sometimes just one word, one feeling, one action. And you know it's not your voice because there's nothing attached to it. It's like go if you feel like it, or they won't let me in. No, that's you. But when it's like go, stop, turn, right, left, down, up, those are committing to the merge. Go to ShopRite. I don't need nothing at ShopRite. Go there anyway. Okay. Committing to the merge. And when you commit to the merge, you are really committing to your perfect outcome. You're committing to listening to that inner voice in a way that just seems magical. Let me just pull my notes up because now I want to. So when you're committing to the merge, this isn't a way of embracing a situation, of going with the flow, of not resisting the current direction that the events are taking. It's suggesting and accepting what is happening and not trying to control or change it. That is committing to the merge. So it's similar to going with the flow, but the context is much more that once you commit to the merge, you're in the flow. You're on a high-flying disc, Abraham Hicks. So it's really about you choosing to say yes to the inspirational hits that are coming to you and choosing to participate. And choosing to participate in a way that feels wonderful. Instead of, because we could choose to participate but be annoyed. I could choose to participate. I could choose to merge into traffic and everybody that beeps me is really saying fuck you to me. But I can choose that they're saying, hey, welcome to the ride. Welcome to the flow. We didn't know you were coming, but now that you're here, welcome. You can choose to reframe that. We can choose to decide that our committing to the flow is a wonderful experience. It is a joyful, loving experience. We can choose for it to be that. It does not have to be angry or negative or having a horrible discord. It doesn't have to be any of that, because we can choose in our life. We can choose happiness or sadness. We can choose, because we can choose up and down. We can choose it all. We can choose for it to show up how we want it to show up. Once we're especially committed to the merge, you're in the flow at that moment. Then when you're in the flow, manifestation is even easier. So you can choose to manifest some bullshit if that's what you're choosing, or you can choose to manifest something wonderful and beautiful for you, because you deserve wonderful and beautiful. I'm deciding in my summer of surrender that I'm going to commit to the flow, and I'm going to do it in a way that sounds beautiful, that feels great, that is good for me, that is might be selfish to some people, because committing to the flow could be selfish looking. That everybody's like, well, look at Lola, she over there doing her own thing. She don't even invite nobody. She going here and doing that because I'm committing to the flow. I'm allowing it to open up for me. I'm waiting with this beautiful anticipation of the excitement of things that are going to show up for me, and I'm going to be happy when they show up. Even if it's an obstacle, I'm going to say, okay, this is something I perceive is in my way. I perceive it as an obstacle. How can I work around it? Like, my work schedule is empty. You know what that means to me? I must need to rest, and God is telling me to do so. And that means the sun is going to come out, my car is going to drive, and I'm going to be able to go do something fun. Listen to music outside, go to the beach, eat ice cream on the boardwalk, go to a museum. I'm going to do something, because I'm going to listen to the flow. I'm going to commit to the merge. I'm going to listen to that internal thing. And I'm going to listen to the voice of Holy Spirit. I'm going to listen to that inspiration that says, it is time for you to have a good time and do something different. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to commit to the flow. I'm going to commit to the merge. I'm going to be in the flow. I don't want to swim upstream. I want to coast downstream. And that is something that we all should be wanting to do. I mean, we're at the point now that this spiritual awakening has gone. There has been so many dark nights of the soul. We've seen so many double and triple numbers. We're past that. Now we need to figure out how to be in the happiness, be in the joy, commit to that happiness and joy, commit to the flow, commit to the merge, be in the flow, and then start to place what we want to see and let it manifest in 24 hours in our life. That's what I'm trying to do. That's how I'm moving in this energy. That's how I'm moving in this space and moving into this brand new space-time continuum. Because this is a brand new space-time continuum we're in. Brand new. Brand spanking new. And all we have to do is flow with it instead of against it. Yes, I'm annoyed with the Mandela effect. I am. I don't see the bigger picture as to why that would show up. But I am now in this timeline, and I've jumped to this timeline for something wonderful, not for something horrible. Yes, I can see all the things that are different in this timeline, but is it working against me or for me? And now that I can see those differentiate between an old timeline and a new timeline, that is a lesson for me to say, okay, you used to see it this way, now reframe it and see it this way. Is it any worse or better? Is Jif or Jiffy better or worse? They both are the same. They both are creamy peanut butter. So can I just accept it as creamy peanut butter and be like, look at the outcome of this beautiful creamy peanut butter? Thumbs up. I'm going to move towards it really not mattering. It really, the Mandela effect, yes, it bothers me, but does it really matter? No. Commit to the merge. That's what matters. Commit to the fact that the thing has changed, and now we have to be okay with the change. We have to be okay with how it looks. We have to be okay how it's showing up for us. And we have to be able to utilize the change to our benefit, not to our demise. Commit to the merge. Let me see what our love note is for today. Did I write one? Let's see. Sorry, guys. Nah. I want to say that this is a love note to all of us who have been second guessing that voice within us. And to all of us who have been fighting upstream instead of going with the current and going downstream. We've been swimming upstream. This is a love note to us to say it is time to commit to merging into the flow, seeing it as a flow, and using the power of the flow to get us to where we want to go. Use the flow to get to where you want to go. Use the flow to get to where you want to go. Use the flow to get to where you want to go. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make it didn't rhyme really, but it does in a way. So use the flow to get to where you want to go. This is a love note for us who have been fighting being in the flow and not committing to merging in to this right now moment where we can create anything we want because it's our divine birthright. It's your divine birthright. It's my divine birthright. We can create the life that we want to live in this right now moment if we commit to the merge and we're in the flow. And things will show up for us in 24 to 48 hours. 72 at the most. I'm putting that on. I put my life on that. I put my life on that. If you're without resistance and you're in the flow in a positive way and you're not seeing it as an obstruction or a deterrent or as an obstacle, you're in the flow like, oh, this is great. I'm flowing. I'm flowing. And you're seeing it as a good flow. Commit to the merge. Commit to being in that energy, in that space. And know that you're loved, that the universe loves you. It doesn't want anything bad for you. It loves you. And that we can choose to have the experience negative or positive. I'm going to choose positive. So this is a love note for us who are committing to the merge and are using that power to make our life even better than what it already is. Well, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm your girl, Lola Lovely. And remember to always stay in the love frequency. See you next week. I'll see you at the end of the week or at the beginning of the week. I'll see you next time. Remember to always stay in the love frequency. And I'll see you next time. Bye.